of a city here in Brooklyn, because Brooklyn is a city. I know we're in Queens, and she's been leading that effort ever since she got to the college, assuming the role of the Dean of Students of Medgar College, which is ACBS accredited institution. Dr. Egby, thank you, and many others. I was speaking to Lorna earlier in terms of what makes us, our institution, accredited. Our program and many other institutions in CUNY, in this city, that are white institutions, no disrespect, are not their business program accredited. We have been for how many years now, Dr. Egby and Dr. V?
2003.
Since 2003. So you have well-thought leaders who, with the expertise, the background, the credentials here in this city of New York. So thank you, Dean, and thanks to the leadership. Dean, your role.
And let me tell you this. She got in yesterday morning at 2 a.m. in the morning, came straight to the session, sat all day, and she told me, she said, Dean, I'm tired. I'm going to be a little late tomorrow. I said, well, if you come at all, I'm happy. She walked in just now, so give her a hand. Stand up and tell her where you're from, and speak a little of the language to them.
Okay, I'm just gonna say good morning in Chinese. 你们好，大家好，我是 Regine Elena，我从中国来美国，我很高兴在这边。然后呢 ，Okay, I'll continue in English. So my name is Regine Adele. I originate from Cameroon, but I reside in China, in Shanghai, and I've been there for 14 years. So as the dean said yesterday, I got here at 2 a.m. and I just went to the hotel and it was already 4 a.m. and I could not sleep, but I just had to make it here. And I was really blessed yesterday, and I thought yesterday everyone was amazing. I received more than I even expected because that was really the very first thing that I did since I've been a student a long time ago. So I want to say we are all writers and we are all researchers, and we are supposed to get the best and to know the best. But yesterday was more than that because everyone had a door to let critics come in so that we can even get better. Yes, and the second thing that I thought for my own self is to dare and never to leave my dream expire, just to keep trying hard. So that's what I had yesterday and I wanted to share with you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. One of the reasons I wanted her to speak in Chinese is because we have several students who have been to China. Raise your hand if you've been to China. And I want them to know that someone that looks like them can speak the language fluently. And the reason being is because business is global. It's all over the world. But as we understood yesterday, you have to understand the culture. But what they told us in the papers were that the Chinese are closed, and when people come to do business with them, if you don't understand what they are doing or their culture, they're not going to be able to do business with you. We have some very notable successes in China and some very notable failure. And part of the failure was they didn't understand the culture. Okay. All right, so yesterday we started off, oh yes, it was very good. Everyone has said it was good. But yesterday we started off with a keynote from the academy and a keynote from industry. We want to talk about collaborations between the academics and the industry, how we could work together to solve the many problems that we have. We heard about the problems, and today we'll hear more about the solutions. In the beginning of the day, George talked about AI and the impact it's going to have on the banking industry. We also heard from the dean of Brooklyn College and his successes and his entry and exit into Brooklyn College. And part of it, he just was straight up. He said, you know, there were challenges and there were difficulties, but eventually, if you stay the course, persistence, your word fortitude, and eventually there is a turnaround. Okay, and then we heard some very exciting papers. Everyone has talked about them. We had a good panel that talked about the pedagogy of working with students in the demographics that we serve. That is the students who are the adult learners, the students who are underserved. And they talked about how they got around some of the challenges. More mentoring, more experiential learning, more just understanding it may just take more times. I remember last year, Professor V, Dr. V, got up and said, you know, there were some issues about how other students are retained. And she said, no, 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 no. It's not apples to apples. Our students have other challenges, and we just have to do more. And she's going to tell you about more today in her speech. That wasn't a plug for her. The last presentation of the day yesterday, it was so inspiring as well. It talked about the need for business school faculty to collaborate more with each other. Yes, we need to collaborate with the industry, but a lot of things we are doing, we don't have to repeat making the wheel over and over and over. Someone is doing it somewhere a little bit better than you are, and we can learn from them. I remember when we first took the students to Nairobi, Kenya, and they've been to Nairobi, Kenya 2 to 3 times. I think Arlette, you've been to Nairobi, what, 3 times? 2 times? Only 2 times, okay. It was me who was 3 times. When we got them there, they saw the student in the mobile technology and in the incubators and how they studied hard and how they didn't go home at night, how they coded day and night. And those same students, it was something that I couldn't have taught them that. They looked at me and they said, Dean, we gotta up our game. The Kenyans are really doing it. And that is the story. If you're exposed, if you see what's happening in the world, then we as educators we don't have to work as hard. The peer-to-peer engagement, just from seeing their peers in China, their peers in Japan, their peers in Thailand, and I'm telling you all the places that they have been within the last 2 or 3 years, inspires and motivates them to get to the next level. And so I hope you get to the next level as you hear the 2 keynote speakers that are coming forward today. Yes. One, again, is from industry. And she has a lot of support here today. And one is from the academy, and he's our own Wallace Ford. So as you sit back, relax, energize, learn, throughout the day, one of the most important things you can do is to network each other. I was talking to Professor Dada, and I'm going to sit down because I don't want to run, he's going to run me off the stage. So I was talking to Professor Dada about how we met. The audience that we met in was smaller than this. It was in Paris, and many of the participants had gotten scared off because there was a bombing somewhere. I'm going back 4 or 5 years ago. So some of the folks just canceled. They was like this. But we met together as a small group. And we said, I want to work with you. I want to work with you. Here, I can help you. I can help you. It took us 2 years to get the paperwork through CUNY for the agreement. But once we got it through, we have now been collaborating as a group for 3 years. So give Professor